The Bop House is evil. Okay, it's not evil, but it's not good. Hey, listen, I'm the first guy that sits there and you know, shame, you know, that stop selling your body on the internet. But with the amount of money these chicks are making, it's very hard not to be a woman. And look, there are plenty of women who work hard in other fields, but just to have that little cop out, that little pass of, you know, if I get in with the right people, I could always make $100K a month. But what is the Bop House? Now, the Bop House is a group of some of the heaviest hitters on OnlyFans all coming together and saying, let's get in a house and recreate Team 10's once failed dream. I don't know who thought of this, but it's genius. I mean, just the attention that they're getting and people are talking. I mean, shit, I'm talking about it. But without further ado, let's meet our heroes.
Person, I'm not making nice.
So are you really nervous right now?
I'm so nervous, like it's crazy.
What is up, YouTube? Today we are back with another video with a fan favorite.
There's nothing wrong. It's just the online. You know, cuteness aggression is actually a real thing. It like stems from.
What's your feet? No, I'm not free. I don't have socks on right now. Okay. Okay. The shoes are they're a little bit they scare me. And then too classy, very.
I think the craziest part about all these chicks, right, is if you're going to be a star, props to you. I feel like there's a lot of issues with that. But if you're like fully committed to, yeah, I'm going to suck some dick and make some money, who am I to judge, right? These people don't do that. These people are teases. A lot of what happens is you end up buying these, right? And then you get met by a chat message. Now, these chat messengers play off like they're the models talking, but in reality, you're talking to the guy from the South Park World of Warcraft episode, and that guy is getting paid in Rocket League gift cards and nudes. You know, when you buy it, you get some very base pictures, some teases, whatever, and they tell, hey, $10 to see the honkers. You want to see the honkers? And I'm gonna need $10 out of you. Oh, you want to see a little more? Well, you want to see the exclusiveness? That's going to be $200. And these creeps pay for it. It's ridiculous. Now, Sophie Rain claims that she made $43 million last year. Number one, I don't believe that. But she also talks about how she's a virgin. So, you know, how credible is that? But without a doubt, she's made millions off of it last year alone. And the other side of that sword is that if she isn't lying, I don't know why she would admit that, so that the IRS can come in and go, oh, remember when I worked 30% of your shift? Or in this case, remember when I sold 30% of your body? So between all of these chicks, your boy did some number crunching. And as you can see, we can't actually see how many subscribers they have, but we can see the amount of likes that they've gotten. And I know you can like a picture more than once. There are some goobers on there who are just like. So what I decided to do was I decided to calculate it by cutting their likes into a fourth and assuming that that's their subscriber number, which I think is fair. So I didn't want to do this individually, so I just did everything collectively. I added all their numbers up and I cut it into a fourth. This is the number that we got. So then I calculated their average monthly price, which ended up being this. Now, I will say, they're doing this giant sale because they're in the Clout House, or the Bop House, the E-Thought House. I was going to say the porn house, but they don't even do porn. They just tease you. The tease house. So all of these OnlyFans are at a very cheap price, which you can even see down here. Here's $10 a month for Sophie. Here's $20 a month for Ava. Here's $20 a month for Julia. And they all have something to entice you just because they know they're getting so much attention from the Bop House. So for example, Summer, my biggest sale ever to celebrate the launch of my OnlyFans. Sophie just joined OnlyFans. You did not just join OnlyFans. See all of me for 50% off. Ava, biggest sale this year to see my tapes, collabs and more. Camila, my biggest sale to celebrate my first ever sex tape. I mean, these are all very, very, very enticing things for cheap. Because it's like what Tate did with Hustlers University. These people are going to join, and most people, I mean, you know, it's not a flex to subscribe to somebody's OnlyFans. Most people are going to forget, and I guarantee you, everybody who signs up right now, which is going to be a lot of people, at least half of them are getting banged full price next month. But like I said, you can't hate the player, hate the game. I think it's morally corrupt, but it is very, very, very common practice to have Discord mods talking to people like they're the chick, which is why, guys and girls, stay away from e-thoughts. You can find this all on Reddit if you need to see her naked that badly. So anyway, back to my point. This is the number when times by 12, because that's what they would make in a year, they're making all together. They're in Florida, so I punched it into a tax calculator, and at about 14 million is the final score for all of them, not including YouTube, Instagram, streams they get paid to be put on. I mean, these chicks are just loaded beyond your dreams. Because I guarantee you that number that I just came out with isn't even close to accurate of what they're making. But at the lowest, I feel like it's a pretty good rough estimate. So then I looked. I was like, did they actually buy this house? Cloud houses tend to die out. And then I noticed something interesting about the house. I worked construction for another house that was literally right across from it. I know where this is. So here are the Zillow pictures of it right now. And if you look at the Zillow pictures, beautiful piece of land right on the intercoastal. So I look at it and I'm like, oh, okay, this is the exact house. And I scroll down, as you can see, they did not buy this house. It is $75,000 to rent it, which is probably the smartest thing that they could have done. They are getting so much money from this, which now I'm sure some of the less heavy hitters, this chick, Julia Filippo, isn't nearly as famous as somebody like Camila Arujo or Sophie Rain, obviously. And speaking of Camila, I was trying to find podcast clips from her to put in that little intro segue that I did. Her podcast doesn't exist. It's a fabricated podcast for YouTube Shorts. And that's so smart, because who would think, oh yeah, I want to watch the Camila Arujo podcast. Like, that's something that I want to do with my 24 hours of the day. I want to sit down for an hour and give it to her. No, but you see it. You're scrolling through TikTok and her brother's yelling at her because she's a thought. It's entertaining. It's smart. Remember, there's no such thing as bad attention. Only attention. And of course, all these promises. Oh, I'm going to have a sex tape. Blah, 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 blah. That's never going to happen. These chicks are fine with showing their titties. They are not about getting slutted out on camera, which I don't blame them. Why would they need to? They have so much money. If they threw even, let's say, even if they put $500,000 into a Roth IRA right now, by the time they were 62, let me get my Roth calculator out. So at 20 years old, starting balance is going to be $500,000. Let's say they put $101 in a month. What age you want to retire? I said 62. Expected rate of return, average is 7. Marginal tax rate 25. Yeah, okay, this works. So let's see. Yeah, so by the time 62 hits, there will be $8 million waiting for her. Now let's bump this up even to 1 million, right? And that's 15 million. She said she made 43 last year. Let's say she puts half. Let's say she puts 20 million in it. Well, that's going to be 300 million. And to wrap this up, as far as catfishing guys into thinking that you're talking to them, is that good? No. But at the end of the day, you can't hate the player. You got to hate the game, right? If you hand a calculator, he's going to try to turn on the TV with it. Oh, also, I hope you guys like the rebrand. I'm showing my face now, and I just wasn't crazy about the name Tass. My whole philosophy was like, man, you know, a mask is going to be much more iconic, but I ended up talking with my hands a lot more to express and convey emotions. And I look back on a lot of them and I'm like, you know, this just isn't that entertaining because I can't show what I'm feeling. So no more mask. Also, with that, we come the rebrand. Have a great day.